What's next for you, Stephen? And is this like the funnest project you've worked on in like 5 or 10 years?
This has been a delightful project. It has been, this is one of the longer projects I've worked on. So it's been a tremendous amount of work, which is totally gratifying. And I love long, hard projects. So it's been really fun that way. Next for me, we've got a whole slate of research around peak performance aging. We're, and the same, so that's really where my focus is. I think somewhere down the line, like 4 or 5 years, the next big book is going to be on intuition. But right now I'm working on like the neurobiology of intuition. We're writing research papers. After I get a couple of those out and really am confident that the stuff we've discovered is really the stuff, then I'll start writing about it. So for now, it's a lot of peak performance aging experiments, which is fun.
Which is great. I mean, look, I follow your work. I've had you on before, but I haven't really heard of peak performance aging. A lot of this stuff was really new to me. Even though I'm living parts of it, I still had never heard it articulated in detail, Kotler style. So yeah, I hope you run with this for a little bit longer because the world needs it, and it needs it bad. And I've been having a lot of discussions about longevity lately, and it's one thing to live longer, but what the hell's the point if you're not?
Yeah, if it's not high quality, who cares?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it might be worse. It's like a longer prison sentence at that point. So,
and I also think, so Peter Diamandis, obviously I've written 3 books with him. He's a good friend of mine. He's very invested in longevity technologies, and Peter's running around saying, I'm going to live to be 150. And I got to tell you something. That's a long ass time. One, like, I'm not sure. I'm really curious what happens next. So I don't even know in general if I want to live that long. But 2, if that's possible, quality of life becomes like the thing, right? The thing. You gotta it is definitely, I mean, because we've all witnessed it. And I think as a last thought, we talked about the mindset of old. We witnessed the generation that has benefited from longevity science, but not health span science, right? Lifespan extended, health span did not. That's what, my father and mother are both in their 80s, right? That was not possible 10, 15 years ago, but they both got like 11 different things wrong with them. And they're having a great time and they have a lot of quality of life, but they had to work really hard at it. And I think all of us, we've got this boomer, and the boomer generation, they're older, and we've extended their lives, but have we massively improved the quality of their lives? And the answer is not yet. And the reason is quality of life. This is like a positive psychology idea. In science, it's 5 years old. The idea that we should apply it to older people is really freaking new, right? Like, you got to understand the idea that like older people could benefit from this stuff. Like in the 70s, we didn't even think it was possible, but don't even waste your time. In fact, there's this crazy thing. Harry Truman sends out a memo in the 50s when we're going to establish Social Security for the first time. And the memo sets up things that are cutting edge that we've learned about old people. We're going to get everybody on the same page before we have this meeting. The first thing that we now know to be true about old people, they're just like regular people. They have all the same emotions and all the same desires. Like, this is news in the 50s. This is news, like shocking news. Old people have emotions just like you and me. It's stuff like that where you're like, oh, now I'm starting to see why like nobody's having these conversations, because this stuff is really new. Positive psychology in general is about 20 years old, and applying it to the second half of our lives, this is really sort of radically new. In fact, it wasn't until 1997 that anybody actually realized there's even a correlation between something really similar like optimism levels and when you're going to die. I don't know if you know this, but if you are in your 20s and you write down if you write a paragraph, this is a little bit about my history, this is what I'm looking forward to in the future, this is what I'm not looking forward. We can literally analyze it for linguistic density and optimism levels and predict with pretty stunning accuracy what decade you're going to die. It's that it's really tight at this point, but it's also very new. Anyways, thank you so much for having me back. I appreciate it.
It's fantastic perspective. I actually just had Dr. David Sinclair on, and we were talking about, lifespan and living longer. And it's funny because I look at my parents and other people and I feel like they've got the extra lifespan, but it's almost like they weren't taught how to deal with it or what to do to prepare for that, and they're like, oh, now I'm here. And it's like, I hope that the work you're doing is going to teach us how we can use that extra time, and use it in a way. And like you said, 150, I mean, that is kind of crazy, and everything you're talking about now, how does it apply from the years 100 to 150? Probably in a very other strange, nuanced way. Maybe there's different protocols.
Open questions, right?
Yeah.
And even the stuff like David Sinclair, right? His interventions, health-wise, these are stuff that we know are working in like the 80s and the 90s. Are they going to be the same ones that are going to be working in like 110, 120? Those are really radically open questions because we just don't know.
Yeah. Well, to be continued. The book is Nar Country, Growing Old, Staying Rad, and you got all sorts of cool things going on with that. You got great videos. You got a website for that. You got programs I think you're introducing around it. What's the best way for people to get the book and learn more about this?
You can get the book anywhere books are sold. Amazon, BarnesandNoble.com. Personally, you can support a local independent bookstore and go in and do that. And narcountry.com, GNAR country.com will get you both the book's website. That's where the peak performance aging experiment video. So everything we've done, we videotaped. There's cool stuff there. If you're interested more in the flow stuff, that's flowresearchcollective.com. StephenKotler.com gets you everything me.
Love it. Stephen, come back to London so we can do this in person next time. I appreciate you. Great concepts. You got me thinking a lot about myself and talking about myself today. So thank you, sir. Appreciate what you do. Keep doing it.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day. Appreciate you.
All right, fantastic. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time on London Real. Take care. Bye. So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast. It's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true. And you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. I'm looking for partners, collaborators, colleagues who want to join forces with me around the globe and create real value, generational wealth, and financial freedom for everyone else around the world. Get involved in the cryptocurrency markets, get involved in the NFT markets. This is your moment. Life all comes down to a few moments. Don't let this pass. Now it's not too late. Next year's going to be too late. Ultimately, this is about freedom. That's the way I see it. This is about giving power back to the people and enabling billions of people worldwide to use the financial markets to improve their lives and those of their friends and their families and their communities. Honestly, I think it's a violation of human rights not to allow people basic access to financial services. Because right now people are being kept in the dark, they're being robbed of education, and it's a travesty. And so I'm looking for people that want to join me and be a part of this solution. And that all happens inside the DeFi Academy. The gains my students are making are absolutely amazing. Double, triple-digit gains in the first month alone. That's amazing. This will change your life. Now is the time to get involved. I'm going to tell you exactly how my students in my academy made money in the last 30 days. I'm talking about real trading results. And let me just whet your appetite a little bit. Let me hit you with some numbers. I'm talking Brendan from New Zealand is up 68.77% on the month. Steve from Europe up 83%. Albert in Singapore up 169.9% on one single trade. I got Susan up 153% on her call options alone, also rocking 139% returns and 442% returns as well on individual trades. These are people that are changing their financial future in the last 30 days, but it's based on trading discipline.
I've graduated over 500 students from inside my academy from over 54 countries around the world. It's amazing. When it comes to crypto, DeFi, and blockchain, we love this space. We truly believe it's the future. This is down to our core. It's authentic to what we're doing, and everybody can tell through the camera because you can't make this stuff up.
If you're watching me now, wherever you are, I implore you, take 60 seconds right now and join my academy. Apply today. Now you've got a chance. Life all comes down to a few moments. What are you going to do? What's the choice that you're going to make?